Hare Krishna. Well, we're with a wonderful team, wonderful family of devotees here today from the beginning, from 00 onwards. Oh, just turn to 01. From 00 onwards. So we're very happy to be in such good association in America, this Vyasa Puja evening, and in other parts of the world, whatever time it is. But still the Vyasa Puja rolling, the happy festival mood program, whatever it may be. Hare Krishna. But how did you get on to, oh, because Rupanuga Prabhu is here. So then we thought of the Kashmiri dosa. Hare Krishna. Well, talking about food, no, we don't talk about food. We talk about prasadam. And I'm sure you all have a story to tell about prasadam from yesterday or today, whatever the day may be, but from Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja day. I'm sure you all have a story to tell. Now, in the meantime, oh, look, there's prasadam. Aha! Govinda, Govinda. Dandavad.
So still finishing the remnants of the feast from yesterday, Maharaj.
Okay, so this is breakfast. It must be breakfast. It's breakfast. All right, here we are together, and Madhu Krishna who joined us just now, and also Chintamani and Jayadev Prabhu, Bhagavan Prabhu is joining us, or maybe we should just wait a minute or two as devotees arrive. Not sure. And oh, I should do my turning on Facebook, shouldn't I? Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda, click and back to basics to remember where we are. Hare Krishna. Oh, be quiet, Madhusudan. Govinda. Okay, we've quietened up Madhusudan from the Facebook. So the back to basics got a mention yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or the day before in Goswami Maharaj's class? He mentioned the back to basics 2 or 3 times. And it is a fact, it's a fact of life that we actually need to give our attention to the basics and not to go thinking we can fly in the sky when we're made of lead. We've got to lighten ourselves up. We've got to make ourselves fit to fly. Little feathers become bigger feathers, and then we can flap our wings. In the future, in the present, our feathers are promising to be there. Yesterday, I went for a walk with Keshavananda Prabhu, as we often do, because we're in the national park. And we just walk out of the door. And we saw the peacock. Is not our peacock, unfortunately, but we saw the peacock. Yes, Bhagavan Prabhu, Bhagavan Das Prabhu, welcome. And we saw the peacock, and now he's just getting new feathers for his tail. And so he was like shaking his feathers and playing with them, but not yet looking like a dignified peacock. He's still a little raw. So okay, I'm talking about myself, but we are in this stage where we don't have our feathers fully fledged yet. As Guru Maharaj would say, full-fledged theism is what Mahaprabhu gave, Rupa Goswami gave, Guru Maharaj gave. Okay, we are 5 minutes in, so with the devotees who are with us now, our humble obeisances to the holy feet of you all, and with each other, too, as we come together. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. And immediately we see there are 3 chats in the chat box. Chintamani to everyone. Dandavats, my pranams to all Vaishnavas. Seva Rupa. Dandavats, Praneshvari. Something, a saintly halo and a heart. Okay, if that is a halo, it is a halo.
Because they are devotees, Maharaj.
Because they're devotees. This is a blue halo. So, well, if we think about what we mentioned just a little bit before, we all probably have some story about prasadam from the feast for Śrīla Guru Mahārāj. And I can start the stories, if you like, by saying that here we had a very good Bengali feast. It was, and it's not every day in Italy that the devotees cook Bengali food. We're not eating rice dal sabji every day, but they made very good sabji with paneer, like in India, some paneer. It's not like a paneer sabji that is all paneer and then you're going to call it sabji. But they made, like in India, you'll get 1 or 2 pieces of paneer and very tasty. So the sabji, really nice dal. Puris, which was a surprise for me. Oh, puri, luchi. This came, and as well as nice rice and other, anyway, everything, green shark, the kofta balls, chutney, anyway, these things. And then the sweet was sweet rice, really nicely cooked down sweet rice with milk straight from the cow. It's straight from the cow milk. And I went with Munindra to get the milk. And also we sang Hare Krishna to the cows and amused the farmer. But he knows Munindra already. We're there in Dhoti and Kotar and Tilak and everything. And anyway, we were singing to the cows, and the cows, they loved it. I mean, they are very, actually the cows are looking at us very surprised and puzzled. But anyway, real milk from real cows, believe it or not. And beautiful sweet rice. But then, and I saw that halo that Praneshwari's put there. It's like a blue halo, looking like a bit like a cloud. But then, very un-Bengali, we had what one of the devotees described as a cloud cake. Cumulus cloud, the white fluffy clouds in the sky. And so it was a very white cake with different layers. And so they called it, they said, oh, this is a cloud cake. So very un-Bengali, but for all of the locals. This is what we had yesterday. And by the way, we can think of Gurudev. Gurudev, he'll be asking about the preparations that were made. So what did you make for Guru Mahārāj yesterday? Like that. So this is our contribution from here, our contribution from here. And to not let the Vyasa Puja festival pass very quickly, we can just say, really a super wonderful day. We're having a retreat here, a fully booked retreat. And so literally fully booked, no empty spaces, and with good people, and most of them we've met before, have come on previous retreats, so all from Italy. And so really we had a full happy day of kirtan and seva and all these things, and a raucous late afternoon into the evening program, and then the Kartik program after that. So I mean, we had really a wonderful day, and we pray that Guru Maharaj is happy with that. Hare Krishna. So I'll just keep it very brief. That's it in brief from Italy. So now, and I told them in Italy when we were talking, we're saying how from Australia onwards, then this festival is taking place. So let us come to our Australian, we lost Rupanuga Prabhu and the Kashmiri dosha, but here we've got our Kalikadambanana Devirasi and Abhinava Sundar Prabhu. Let us hear from them something of yesterday's festival.
Dandavats Maharaj. Well, Devananda, Madhura Priya, as usual, with the cooks, and we were asking Devananda, how many times have you cooked now this feast offering for Maharaj's, Śrīla Maharaj's appearance day? And he said, I think in the end, well, it's been 25 years, but then he was saying, but then, the feasts for Gurudev, they're also to please Guru Maharaj, so then you double that, and then, the feast for everyone else, and that's to please him. So they reckon they got up to about 80 times he's cooked that offering. And there was, I mean, as usual, there were so many preps. They'd actually, Madhura Priya said that they were shopping for the boga and they'd messaged Bhakti Lalita to find out, you know, any more special details about preps that Guru Maharaj liked. And they were making, I think, banana chutney. And then just as they were in the supermarket, she sent them another message saying pineapple chutney. So then they rearranged the menu to accommodate pineapple chutney. And anyway, it was just very nice as usual.
Yep, big curd sabji.
Curd sabji, yep.
Which we honoured, we tasted with our eyes.
Luchi.
Oh, right.
Shark, so many things.
What was
things.
it? It wasn't utma. It was upma. You know what?
Upma.
Upma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shark.
Yes.
It was lovely. And we had
and gulab jamuns, of course, and laddu, halava.
Yeah, and on and on.
Yeah. Always a big elaborate feast.
Okay, here's a question. That is, I don't recall ever having halava in Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Before the Westerners are cooking and like the special Western stuff. Can anybody contradict me on that?
I seem to remember having had it for breakfast once.
But you're saying before they were.
Yeah, that's later. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I was just thinking, am I going crazy? I can't remember a single time of having halava, like as the traditional meal. We always associate halava with India, but Navadip did not have. Oh, can I just mention one thing? I know we're talking about food here, but I was very surprised and happy. I don't know why surprised, but very happy to see the photo with Praneshwari Devi Dasi on Gurudev's Sannyas Day. Praneshwari Devi Dasi was there also. And actually, Didi, you kept that very quiet, but just to slightly divert, we can rewind. Come on, she's turned her, maybe you turned your screen off. I would just like to ask, because we, as you know, we had Gurudev's Sannyas Day, the day right before Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja Day. And I would love to hear from her, from the Praneshwari eye viewpoint of that day, what you remember.
Maharaj, Dandavats. It was very, very sweet, a special day. It started really early in the morning, and Śrīla Gurudeva was very active. He was getting ready for his for the ceremony, but at the same time, he was taking care of everything. And I think I mentioned once that what caught my attention and captured my heart was that we were chanting japas while they were preparing in the back of the altar. They were preparing the fire ceremony. Puri Maharaj was going to lead, and Śrīla Gurudeva was pacing up and down chanting his japas, and all of us were sitting chanting. And suddenly Śrīla Gurudeva, he just hung his japas on a little nail on the wall and ran outside, because behind the tulsi, that faucet there is always, I don't know, breaking down and burst out, and the water was spilling. So he went there immediately. He didn't call anyone. He didn't ask for help. He didn't send anyone. He went there to fix it himself. And it was his own day. He was all clean, all shaved. He was ready, and he went to fix it. That moment, my heart said, this is it. Here is the personification of humbleness, of sweetness. It cut my heart. And in early in the morning when they were shaving him, it was in that just in front under Śrīla Guru Maharaj veranda, in that little office, in that area, he was shaved. And all the devotees, wherever he went, we followed. We were there, just whatever he was doing. And it was so simple, so sweet. He was being shaved and we were there just watching, just looking with affection. And at the moment of the fire ceremony, it was so sweet because Puri Maharaj, he was arranging everything. I don't know how old was he, but he was already maybe 70 something or 80s. And he sat down, he had everything ready, and he sat down and he opened a book. And he started reciting the mantras, but then he hesitated and said, "Ah, acha," and he turned the book. The book was upside down. And that was for me so sweet, so beautiful, so simple-hearted, so spontaneous, so natural. That's what I remember. And next day, when it was Śrīla Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja, Śrīla Gurudeva was radiant. He was the speaker, and he was receiving everyone so beautifully, so sweetly. I think that the feeling that I have in my head is, it happened 5 minutes ago, Maharaj. Everything is exactly clear in my mind. And it's a blessing, Maharaj. Such a blessing.
Jai.
I wanted to share that.
A beautiful surprise. I mean, really beautiful surprise to see you there. And Praneshri was sitting near the fire yagya when it was taking place. Jai. Yes, Gurudev is Gurudev, and all along, you see, he actually was managing the whole everything, and it's his festival, and fixing the broken water, and he'll be managing, like we're saying about the prasadam preparations, he'll be managing all of that. At that time, he was the hands-on manager. Sounds very official, but he was the Chaitanya Saraswat mat. He was everything that was taking place and the running of the mat and everything. And Gurudev was Gurudev. Yes, I remember, and I thank you, because also I remember also the shaving now. Who was, can you say who else was there? Oh, well, we know many were there. Okay, but who was with you that time?
Venezuelan devotees, we were taken there, and my name at that time was not Praneshwari. Praneshwari is the name that Śrīla Gurudeva, Śrīla Govinda Maharaj gave me when he went the first time to Venezuela in the world tours. Mm-hmm. But my name at that time was Krishnanga Vasini. That was my name. And we went with the acharya we had in Venezuela. And after that visit, Maharaj, I split from the group. I said, this is not what I felt in India. What is in India is something that is higher and sweeter. And I dreamt and I served him at distance all those years until he came to Caracas. And then I offered my kids. Here are my kids. So he gave them initiation in that first visit. And
you offered your what?
My kids, Mahamantra and my daughter.
Oh, kids. Oh, okay. I thought you said teeth. How do you offer the teeth?
And he gave them initiation. Mahamantra was, I think he was only 4. My daughter was 6. And his mercy is so sweet, so special. I remember that it was Sagar Maharaj with him. And because I was a translator and then transcribing the things. I didn't realize at the moment, but later when I was working on the translation of the classes, on one of the tapes at that time we had cassettes. That was what we had.
Oh, yeah.
And I was transcribing, and then Sagar Maharaj, at the moment when Mahamantra was going to take, it was his turn for the initiation, Sagar Maharaj said, "Oh Maharaj, look at her eyes. There's devotion in her eyes." Talking about me, and I felt, I started crying because my initiation came after the kids, and Śrīla Gurudeva said, "I'm going to give you first and second initiation right now." And I understood, oh, it was because of that comment of Sagar Maharaj. That was just like a reference or something like that. And Maharaj, he has been the center of my life since that day, since he took a sannyas. He has been the king in my heart. And that's what I want to tell everyone, that there is someone who blesses you just by thinking about him. You are blessed. Hare Krishna.
Jai Śrīla Gurudeva, Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Śrīla Guru Maharaj, Śrīla Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Did you ever meet Srila Prabhupada? I mean, can I ask?
No. When he came to Caracas, I didn't know the devotees yet. I met the devotees late in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And he came before.
All right. Beautiful. I'm very happy. Keep these days alive with us. Contribution. Very beautiful. Hare Krishna.
Can I ask Praneshwari a question then?
Please.
Sure, absolutely.
So how did you end up in Navadip?
Because we went with this group from Venezuela. He was attracted to Srila Guru Maharaj. He was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. But then when all this division came, he took refuge in Srila Guru Maharaj, and he took us there. But there was something that didn't, it was just like the pieces of the puzzle were there, but they were the wrong way. It didn't really fit. So when we came back to Venezuela, I said, no, this is not my place. My place is there in Navadip. So I had to wait until Śrīla Gurudeva. That was 85 until he went to Caracas. It was 92, 91, I don't remember. Wow. But in my heart, I just felt like he is the one. He is the one. That was beautiful.
And then when Gurudev went to Caracas, then who was he? You were still associating with this other group, but were they related at all, or?
Well, because when it was that gap of time, it was everything just heaven sent. We needed that separation. Everyone separated as well. And the events happened that I don't want to even remember. And everyone took to Śrīla Guru Maharaj and Śrīla Govinda Maharaj. So I went back to the group because they were really clear that was the north.
Wow.
Jai. And may I ask Bhagavan Prabhu, were you in Navadip at that time?
धन्यवाद महाराज, धन्यवाद। No, Maharaj, I came to Navadip in 1986, first time. There was in 1985. I came 1 year after. First time I took Harinam by Śrīla Guru Maharaj. We sent the Japamalas with the Radhanti Maharaj, who was going before us to Navadip. And that was in 1982, 83. I don't remember exactly. But then I went to Navadip first in 1986. It was 1 year after it happened. So, yes, I didn't was there by that time.
Prabhu, please share.
Praneswari went with Avadut Maharaj, I think, by that time, who was going to Navadip after me. And he was doing service to Śrīla Maharaj. But I came 1 year after. Yeah, I tell you came also in 1985, Maharaj, then?
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, I came 1 year after you. That was for the 1986, like by the time of Gaur Purnima. That was the first time I went to Navadip.
Would you like to share something from your first visit to the mat?
Oh, yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah. That was amazing, man. You know, it was to be there by that time. It's like it was a very simple things, because the mat was like to see the mat and see Śrīla Maharaj was like how do you say, you cannot believe what you were seeing, because you know how such a simple personality, like Guru Maharaj showed he was like a, you know, the way he was like a, and then I was surprised, how is possible this, you know, this great personality, the highest personality in the whole planet and the whole universe is like so simple and nice, you know. That surprised me, that get me like, you know, it's very nice and simple, and that, you know, I said, how is possible? This is simple, but it's at the same time it's the highest journal with all the goal is around everything, but it looked very simple and nice. And that, you know, I heard Śrīla Maharaj chanting japa and the veranda. Śrīla Govinda Maharaj took me there many times. He was a Venezuelan group going with Radhanti Maharaj by that time. And we got the grace to go to the veranda of Śrīla Maharaj. But Śrīla Govinda Maharaj always took us there. And he gave us the opportunity to be right in front of Śrīla Maharaj and be in front of all the devotees. By that time was a big group, Venezuelan group, traveling almost every year, 3, 4, 5 times a year. I remember I went to India many times. I said, Maharaj, you did it. By the time I asked you still here? He said, yeah, I haven't moved from here. You know, I went to India like 4 times in a year, and you still was still there. I mean, you never moved from Navadip, I think, because I always saw you there.
My Gurudeva and Guru Maharaj's grace.
Yeah, by that time we used to travel 3, 4 times a year to India, and I was surprised. You always was, you know, because after the festival, I always stay like 2 or 3 months after the festival, and after all the festival, like, you know, the mat become empty again. There was a lot of people for the festival, and then after 1 or 2 weeks, there was like an empty mat again. It was like very, how do you say, private. You know, you get association with the devotee in a very close way again. And then Śrīla Govinda Maharaj took us many times to it, and also he gave me service in the veranda of Śrīla Maharaj in those days. I used to be there painting and fixing things and seeing every day the service of Śrīla Maharaj, how the devotees was attending here, how the prasadam he was taking. I got a chance to be there by those times, and it was like I was dreaming, Maharaj. I was, you know, I was very happy to be there, and so, you know, this is unbelievable. You know, I was so happy that it was like an incredible thing for me. I was praying always. I was chanting always. I was happy. There was a very happy time with a very happy devotees. Where Śrīla Gurudeva was present, there was Śrīla Gurudeva was taking care of everything. He was the one who was managing everything. By that time, he was the one who was controlling and setting and doing and building. And there was a lot of action and demand by that time, because Śrīla Gurudeva was building, he was making festival, he was, you know, and there's one thing that I always remember. You know, they sent me before Śrīla Guru Maharaj Vyasa Tuya. I went with one devotee to Calcutta to buy the flowers one time. It was close to the Calcutta station. It was a flower market.
Yes.
There. And I went with one Bengali devotees. And the first time I went there to help him to bring the flowers. And by the time I went with him, I was the one who buy, because I used to do business in Delhi. And when I saw the flower market, I said, this is nice service here. And I started asking people for the flowers prices, and by that time I made the whole thing. I was the one who bought everything, the whole business with the flower. I found a new truck coming with fresh flower, and I called the devotees, come this way. We're gonna get real nice flower. And then next year when I went, they said, no, you go along and you do the service. You know how to buy flowers. Every year for the Guru Maharaj. Yeah, by that time, every Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj Vyasa Tuya festival, they used to send me to Calcutta like one day before to get the flowers and the flower market there in Calcutta.
We know that flower market. Jai.
Yeah.
Prabhu, many thanks. It's beautiful. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Bhagavan Prabhu. Wonderful days. And you know, we've got Rupa Vilasru here and Paramanandru also living very close to Rupa Vilasru, the same time zone, I think, maybe 1 hour different. And everyone's well-wisher of each other. But certainly Paramanandru, where's Rupa Vilasru gone on my screen? Did he disappear? Oh no, he went to the top of the screen. Oh, you went to the top of the screen. You're dancing already in anticipation of sharing something with us, Prabhu. Rupa Vilasru, just unmute your microphone, though, and you can say as you would like to say. You don't have to have a prompt from me. As you would like to say, please share something with the good devotees with us.
First of all, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances to each and everyone. And forgive me if this is inappropriate of me, to tell you something that comes out from my heart. So I ask forgiveness ahead.
Okay, well now we're anticipating.
What shall I tell you? Yesterday's affair. Let's start with yesterday's affair. A most auspicious day, the appearance day of Śrīla Guru Maharaj. Before that, I keep on thinking of what to do, who's coming, who's joining the program. Will I be alone? Now, I've been thinking about that the whole day. And then Ishbari Didi said, are we going to cook? I said, yes, of course. But if there's no one who will come, who will eat that? I said, well, I must pray to the Lord then, that at least somebody should come, a Vaishnava. And then the Ishbarini Didi said, you're a Vaishnava. No, I'm not. I'm just a practitioner. So they have to come. And otherwise, my attempt would be futile, because no Vaishnava had ever come to taste what I had prepared for my Lord and for my Gurudeva. So, while contemplating, suddenly on Facebook, this devotee told me, I would like to go there, Prabhu, on your place, but I will be riding a bike and I'd like to join you the program. Oh, wow. It's it's something I was really very not surprised, but rather I was on heaven. The Lord has heard my prayers. So I was very enthusiastic, cleaning everything, doing the house chores immediately, preparing, and I forgot to take a bath. I forgot to say my Gayatri mantra. I forgot everything thinking of this beautiful, wonderful day of the Lord and Sri Guru Maharaj. Then my grandchildren came and they were asking me, Lolo, that means grandfather, we would like to hear from you. Tell us something about Krishna, because, they like children's stories and everything. So I told them something. Then the dog start barking. Somebody's at the door, at the gate. And it is Bhakta Bandhudas. And he joined me. And I'm happy. So we had a little chat, short program. Then we attended the program of the Goswami Maharaj. But before that, I told him so many things about Goswami Maharaj, how he has wonderfully transformed us and kept us within the bounds of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati, uninfluenced by the other missions. So yesterday we had a successful program because aside from the devotees who came, and we were able to attend the program in Inchamai and see everyone singing and dancing happily. And I heard the Paramananda Prabhu. No, I like his voice. So I'm going to copy that song, that tune. I'm a little off in singing the bhajans. In a way, it's wonderful, This program of BBC is a really great help. Not for me alone, but rather to the newcomers. And I'm happy and I'm glad. And I'm very fortunate that I have you with me in this lifetime. Who can tell that I could be could associate with you? I'm here alone in the Philippines, fighting my own battle. Now, I ask myself, how much do you really love Krishna? For what reason are you here in Krishna consciousness? I've been telling that to myself. Well, Krishna consciousness is more of love, beauty, and harmony. That's what I'm telling them. And whenever I attend the lectures of Goswami Maharaj, it affirms what I had thought, what I had believed. I suspect. So now I said, I am thinking the right thing. And I'm very thankful to all of you, to each one of you, for encouraging me, to be here. So forgive me if I say something inappropriately, not to your taste. Forgive me. And then
Prabhu, very beautiful.
But I'm very thankful because this opportunity will not come again. No, I've seen the darkest days of my life, and now I'm seeing the brightest day of my life. I have experienced how to cry, to be separated. But your memories has strengthened my faith. So, time and again, I will always pray for your mercy, for your blessings, that I may survive, I may go on with my little seva. And Dandavat all of you.
Dandavat Rupa Vilas Prabhu, and very sweet. And actually, really, watching you just now and hearing you, then really reminded me of actually being on the roof of the Nat Mandir in the Pandal, where devotees would take turns on the microphone in front of the gathering to say a few words. And so, Rupa Velasco, you reminded me of that while you were speaking too.
May I add, please? I just remembered, some time ago, a devotee came here and they were saying, you are not a disciple of Śrīla Sridhar Maharaj. You are a disciple of Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj. Then I look at him on the face. Can I hear it once again? You are a disciple of Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj. You are not a disciple of Śrīla Sridhar Maharaj, because Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj took the acharyaship in 1985. He thought I would be angry. I said, I'm happy to hear that. I also suspect I am a disciple of Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj. Now, there are two persons saying that, you and me. So don't ever take it back, please. I took initiation from Śrīla Guru Maharaj in 1984 to Śrīla Goswami Maharaj and Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj, the acharyaship. But I'm more close to, forgive me, to Śrīla Gurudeva Maharaj than brother to Śrīla Guru Maharaj, because he's very strict.
And in that way, we'll be safely close to Guru Maharaj through Gurudev.
That is. So I had to find a way to his heart by serving Śrīla Gurudeva. And that is what I want. Thank you. I use your time.
Right. And sitting beside you on my screen, though I know Zoom screens are always different, there's Kumkum Devirasi, who's sitting quietly, but I know that she's got a volcano of experience, devotional experience to share.
Maharaj, in this august assembly, there's so many beautiful memories, especially on this day. And I can, the very first time I got the direct association with Śrīla Guru Maharaj, I had arrived there in 1983. My husband had gone for the first time in 82 and came back and said, you have to come too. And so we went the next year, a bit after Gaur Purnima. And I never forget that feeling when I first entered the Holy Dham, very first time, not at all thinking like I should be aware this is holy or anything like that, but it was overwhelming that this is not an ordinary place. And so Śrīla Guru Maharaj was not well. He was not coming out for 3 days from when I first arrived there. And so someone told me you should just try to do service and here. And because it's his mat, you'll feel the closest to him if you do that. And so that was, it was not hard to try to find something to do that nobody else was doing. Like there were always leaves on the ground. You could always sweep with those little bitty brooms. And so it was a very happy thing, even though I was still looking forward to meeting him. I would also attend Aratiks and I would see their lordships and I would think how they're similar and how they're different to what I was accustomed to in ISKCON. And I would just think things like that, or the way they would sing was a little different. Of course, they were Bengali and I was accustomed to Western people singing the same tunes. And then finally somebody said, Guru Maharaj is just outside his room, so come right now. And so I went running up there and I was the only person with him, and he kept saying for me to sit closer and closer until finally our knees were practically touching, and he looked way down and looked right in my face to try to see. And he asked me what my question was, and I hadn't prepared a question. And though immediately I realized that what had been in my heart that whole time was that I was not there by some financial arrangement or any kind of plan because I had time. It was just some mercy that I couldn't really grasp. And so I said to him, how can I keep the holy Dham in my heart wherever I may go? And he said, it is not by our austerities. It's not by our knowledge. It's not by any charity that we may perform, but is by our intense earnestness. And I just felt stunned. And by then, other people had heard that he was sitting there. And so they were all coming up and they began asking their questions. But it was so special. That was the main thing. It was so unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. Shortly after that was Artik. And when I went this time, though, their lordships didn't look the same at all. They looked like, oh, this is who you are. That's all I could think was after hearing from him. Now I had some kind of understanding of how to see them. He put something in me that revealed a little different thing, which of course I never see now, but I remember thinking that. I remember feeling that. So much grace. And let's see, I think others probably have many nice things to say in addition.
But this is Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja time, so we're very happy hearing everything related, especially to Guru Maharaj today. But as Rupa Vilasru also says, by our attention, focus, surrender everything to Govinda Maharaj, we will get the real Guru Maharaj. And we also see that, as Praneshwari was mentioning, like from the earlier generations, then from so many, they would give attention to Guru Maharaj, but no, they didn't catch Guru Maharaj's intention for us to take shelter of Gurudev. And actually, how did we come to Guru Maharaj? By Gurudev's promise to Guru Maharaj that he will look after us, the Western devotees. Yeah. And then to ignore that link, then to think, oh, we've got a relationship with Guru Maharaj separate from Gurudev, then unfortunately, there may be some relationship, but unfortunately, really it has not become full-fledged, as we were saying about our baby feathers, etc. We've only got a part of an idea of who is Guru Maharaj, and Gurudev is showing us and revealing us Guru Maharaj. But yes. Gurudev will be very happy that we've got devotees here who've had the direct association of Guru Maharaj and can share something from those times, because that's what Gurudev is doing. He's sharing Guru Maharaj, not only sharing, he's showing Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
And he'll be very happy that we can be a little Guru Maharaj centered today, but in remembrance of Gurudev, that everything is coming by his grace.
Yes, yes. And not expecting any kind of recognition for his position. And I met Śrīla Govinda Maharaj at that time too, but I didn't get the impression that he was as important as he was then and always was, because of his own humility. He was still wearing white. And there was someone else, a woman, who was pushing me forward all the time. But the way Śrīla Gurudev took care of things, I was stunned. There was a little bit of a confusion. There was some misunderstanding that had to be straightened out. And I watched, who is this Govinda Maharaj? And the way he fixed the situation, nobody could tell that there was anything uncomfortable. Just all the two sides which were arguing were completely satisfied, and everything was harmonized. And I started to really wonder, who is this Govinda Maharaj? Because he wasn't amplified. He wasn't putting himself in the center. He was always just making arrangements for us. If he asked anything of us, it was, were we able to be there with Śrīla Guru Maharaj? And so when I left, I remember thinking I didn't need to worry about Guru Maharaj. That's sort of an infantile thought that I had, but that feeling of he's in very good hands. We don't need to, like with Śrīla Prabhupada, there would be dozens and dozens of people crowding around him and bringing him things. And we didn't see that with Śrīla Guru Maharaj, but the quality of what he was getting from Śrīla Govinda Maharaj was very assuring. It was okay if we had to go back to America, which of course we did. But it was just the beginning of wonderful mystical experiences, receiving their mercy.
Jai Śrīla Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Sarasatmat ki Jai, Shri Aparad Bhanjanera Pat ki Jai,
Hi.
Navadeep Dham ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Anyway, we started with prasadam, but very quickly we came to Guru Maharaj's veranda in Navadeep, where we have indeed seen Guru Maharaj take prasadam on many occasions. And Gurudev, in describing about how do we understand Guru, etc., Gurudev says about prasadam too. He says, I have seen Guru Maharaj when he would take one potato in watery dal with rice. That would be his meal with rice. I mean, have the rice and then watery dal with the potato. And Gurudev said, I've seen Guru Maharaj during that time, and I've seen Guru Maharaj when he's taking sumptuously everything. So we cannot define who is Guru. We cannot say who is Guru by what they eat, by what they wear, by their external, by anything outside. The Guru is the Krishna function coming through Guru. So again, Gurudev, I'm just thinking about prasadam and Guru Maharaj's veranda, Gurudev always like trying to let us see deeper about everything. And he does remind us on that point too, that we saw Guru Maharaj in his later pastimes, in that particular mood of his later pastimes. But he told to one of our dear God brothers, when he expressed that he would, oh, if only I could have met Guru Maharaj when he was younger. And Gurudev saying very quickly to him, you would not have been able to stay in front of Guru Maharaj. That Guru Maharaj was so heavy and strong, but strong for the pure principles. And as Guru Maharaj himself said to Srila Saraswati Thakur, that he was not really not able to mix with the Westerners' culture, or that's being polite to say the culture, the unculture of the Westerners. I mean, in his own upbringing, his samskar, what is within his heart from the beginning of his life. And so we saw Guru Maharaj in his later pastimes. And so many things come up. Gurudev, in Australia, we've got our Australian contingent, strong contingent. We've got Abhinava, Kelly, and Rupa Nuga Prabhu all here with us. So we've got a good contingent from there. In Australia, Gurudev, he was making the point about you have one tape of Guru Maharaj, and particularly he was talking about this, the tape which is transcribed about Srila Prabhupada saying about his relationship with Guru Maharaj and with Gurudev, etc. And Gurudev saying, you have one tape and you have one tape, but so many incidences and times, and it was a continuous relationship of Gurudev with Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada with Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada with himself, with Govinda Maharaj. Like this is a continuous relationship. But you have like one tape where Srila Prabhupada is saying something, but Gurudev is saying that this so many times, so many occasions, this is not, oh, once Srila Prabhupada said that and therefore everything now fits into place. Yeah. It was something which was completely open. So we saw Guru Maharaj at a particular time, which is also the time of his generous overlooking others' pastimes, because actually he had Govinda Maharaj to look at the others and, you know, try to keep everybody doing the right things.
Yeah.
And having that right hand, practically literally, you know, got the right hand doing everything, then that gave Guru Maharaj some relief, especially as far as the Westerners were concerned. He didn't have to, Guru Maharaj didn't have to think anything about really the upkeep or looking after the Westerners in that way. But Gurudev took all that responsibility. And Guru Maharaj in those later years. In fact, there is a beautiful recording of Guru Maharaj yesterday, means the Vyasa Puja of yesterday. I was listening to where he's addressing, where Guru Maharaj himself in English is addressing the assembled devotees. And he's saying so much about, you know, how now in my final days I see that Srila Bhakti said, my Guru Maharaj, Srila Saraswati Thakur, you know, wish that I will present to the Western world something that it is coming through, but the Western world coming here to the temple. Then in this way that he is saying about his service to Saraswati Thakur. And so this opportunity that came by the Westerners coming to Guru Maharaj kind of, in a way we can think, softened his heart, so he did overlook all of the faults of the Westerners. And as Gurudev pointed out, what Guru Maharaj discussed with the Western sincere seekers, what he discussed, he was not discussing these topics with the regular Bengali devotees who were coming. He would keep that reserved for the senior section, Guru Maharaj's respectable godbrother section, and the senior section. It wasn't the subject matter of the classes when he'd give some discourse to the devotees or to the public. So he gave to the Westerners things which were quite hidden in the Harikatha amongst the Bengali section of devotees. So not only was it the time of Guru Maharaj's pastimes, his later pastimes, but it's a time when he really did open up his storehouse to the whole world. And it's that storehouse that Gurudev knows very well. Whatever parts we've heard, or we think, oh, we know something of Guru Maharaj from the things he said, Gurudev knows so much, not only so much more, but again, this whole continuous idea. It's not just once or twice or three times, but continuously from 1947. He's there as Guru Maharaj's servitor, not as just decoration in the mat, or he's doing something in the mat, but Guru Maharaj and himself, Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, then as a team, then running the mat and doing the preaching, doing the collection. And Gurudev this way is able to show who is Guru Maharaj, like from the mature point of view. And Gurudev told that in the future, Guru Maharaj, in the future, that Guru Maharaj will be recognized as one of the great pillars in the parampara of Rupa Goswami. He said, now everyone is thinking, oh, they're all Srila Saraswati Thakur's disciples, they're all equal, etc., etc. But what Guru Maharaj has contributed, what he's given, really that main substance of the Rupa Nuga Sampradaya, that is with Guru Maharaj. And Gurudev giving these insights into like, who is Guru Maharaj? Not young, not old, not eating one potato in watery dal, not eating the whole preparation. But Guru Maharaj is quite another personality within. Anyhow, this is the Vyasa Puja time, and it's not a one-day festival. When we are coming to Navadip, when we're in Navadip, you see that really continuing before and after. But the after part also, as Bhagavan Prabhu was mentioning, there are two sides to after the festival. One side is kind of unhappy when suddenly devotees go off to the, to different countries, or, decide to go somewhere else, or in India, and then maybe they'll come back later or something. But there is, unfortunately, feels unfortunately, after the festival, suddenly, everything was full, and then suddenly we're being handed back keys, and rooms have become empty, and we have to arrange taxis. And then, that's kind of a sad part of the festival, but we try to keep the mood of the festival, and not only try to keep the mood of the festival, does continue in the wake of the Vyasa Puja. Coming up also will be the Hapanya festival, which takes place after a few days, and the installation, incidentally, of the deities in Hapanya, which comes up after Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja. So, there's a lot of festival time taking place. But as Bhagavan Prabhu said, as like the mass of devotees, or the numbers of devotees reduce, then the mood in the mat has another feature also. And that while we're like sad that many devotees are suddenly going, and we're not having the big kirtan and so many like that kind of festival mood items, then the intimacy part kind of comes in. We find, there are less devotees. We're only like a handful sitting around Guru Maharaj, and then more opportunity for close service, of cleaning his room, doing repairs, doing this, that, and the other, being nearby. And so it's another kind of a mood, festival mood, and many devotees, or several devotees, but not a festival and not quiet. But also there's the quiet mood of the mat too, where everything really was very close, and it's just the family, the few devotees, and coming as a family does together every morning and many evenings. But Guru Maharaj was not an evening person, as it were, for having devotees come up to him. Evening time was his time, but afternoon may happen. But evening, Guru Maharaj is not giving darshan as a like a standard practice. And actually, that was the case with Gurudev. But this is also okay. We're running over time. Oh dear. Anyway, Gurudev also, he really did not want to meet devotees in the evening. Sorry to say, for all of the devotees who relish coming to him in the evening, but it was part really, and this also applied for a long time. And then Gurudev, and he's saying, when we're trying to give the times to come to Gurudev, then Gurudev said, no, let them come, let them come. They've come so far, they must see me. So really, Gurudev gave his blood and energy over and above the call of duty, because he was so available in the morning times, especially in the afternoon, but then making himself available in the evening also really was a strain on him. But that was for the nourishment of the devotees. This is another aspect of Gurudev. In order to help the devotees come to the service and appreciation of Guru Maharaj, he's giving himself. He's doing everything for Guru Maharaj. So Gurudev also was not an evening man. I don't know what to say, not man, but evening was not the favorable time for Gurudev to meet with the devotees, but he did so. And he made everybody welcome. He didn't show any of the austerity on his part for doing that. And as Kumkum said, some disturbance came, and Gurudev managed it without letting that disturbance be a disturbance. So he diffused everything and managed it. And many things took place in the mat. But Gurudev digesting and keeping to himself so many things. And of course, some discussion how to solve this, that, and the other in a small circle. But in general, not letting any of the management disturbances flow into the minds of the devotees, that they will understand, there's this difficulty or that difficulty. Gurudev digesting everything and nourishing the devotees in the positive relationship. Gurudev's grace, that we have Śrīla Guru Mahārāj, Śrīla Guru Maharaj's grace, we have Śrīla Gurudev. It's Śrīla Prabhupada's grace, we have Śrīla Guru Maharaj. We would not, I mean, if Śrīla Prabhupada had not come to the West, prepared by Guru Maharaj and told about Guru Maharaj, and as Śrīla Govinda Maharaj said, that Śrīla Prabhupada didn't say just once, this was the relationship, this was the relationship of Śrīla Prabhupada and Śrīla Guru Maharaj. And as we can also understand, and it is recorded about how Śrīla Prabhupada wanted to have Guru Maharaj as the president of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, the society that he made. Śrīla Prabhupada wanted Guru Maharaj to be the president, and that he'll make room for him, all these things. I mean, these are some of these indications, but they're kind of specific indications of a continuous and wonderful relationship. So all are interrelated. Śrīla Guru Maharaj, Śrīla Prabhupada, and Śrīla Gurudev. They are each indispensable, and each have their grand contribution to our present day Krishna consciousness around the world. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat, the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming through Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This is Guru Maharaj, this is Gurudev, this is Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Oh, some messages here. Yes, and so preparations for Srila Guru Maharaj today. Chole dal alu bhaja. Muri. You can get muri here in Italy, and it's super expensive. What in Bengal is like the cheapest thing. Here is a luxury. It's a luxury in Navadip, but it's a cheap luxury. I mean, an inexpensive luxury. Okay, muri. Puris, yes. Aludam. 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 Okay, aludam. Samosas. Pineapple chutney. Pushpana. Dumur. What's dumur?
Fig.
Huh?
Figs.
Fig.
Figs.
Okay.
The fruit.
Yes, yes. In what language?
That was the list I was given. It should be Bengali. Should be.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe the spelling is not right.
And what language is mango?
No, mango is now in English.
Okay, in Bengali, mango is am. All right, dear devotees, there are devotees here who unfortunately, we just said about festivals, about devotees going. Here we have some devotees who are going today, they're leaving now, and they're coming to give obeisances. Come in and sit down for a moment. You're not leaving immediately, right? Okay, have a seat for a moment. Okay. So as we just said, after the festival, the sad part is the devotees leave. So also we had this grand festival yesterday, and the sad part is that, well, actually only one devotee is leaving this morning, and another devotee leaving this afternoon, and then day by day. And then tomorrow more will leave because we have our retreat running. So as we mentioned about Navadip, here also the devotees are leaving. So this is part of the festival, and Rupa Goswami is listed in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, these different moods of, we're all together, but we know we're going to be separated, and they're about to be separated just after separation. This is not only in relation to Krishna and in the upper, like the pure world. We get some hint of that in the relationship of the Vaishnavas in this world. Hare Krishna. So I need. So I need.
1 minute, 1 minute for Paramananda. 1 minute, just 1 minute.
1 minute for Paramanna. Yes,
For
Paramanna,
Paramananda.
the best sweet from India. And
Yeah,
1 minute
Yes,
for Paramananda Prabhu also.
For
What should I
Paramananda.
say? I was very happy listening, and you spoiled the whole thing. And actually, I was so
We need
happy
the cherry on
finally.
top.
like I said, the stingiest person in this assembly is Praneshwari, but finally she couldn't hold it anymore. So she flooded us with nectar. And really, it was wonderful to hear the heartfelt sharings from all the devotees. Really, it was coming from the heart. You can feel it. And Rupa Vilas Prabhu. And while he's speaking, I'm thinking, we're so taking it for granted, the devotees around us. He was praying, who will come, with whom I can share Mahaprasad after offering to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. He is praying, oh, maybe Krishna, maybe Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, send somebody. And we're having such a luxury, having so many wonderful devotees around us. So I'm just reminding myself to appreciate every moment, even though we have them like any time of the day. Like I have a luxury to go to see Goswami Maharaj pretty much any time of the day. And I'm taking it for granted. I know I do. And then Rupa Vilas is also mentioning, and that reminds about two personalities. Whatever he says, just think about it. One is Madhavendra Puri, another is Narottam Das Thakur and Rupa Goswami. So Madhavendra Puri, he says, Sandhya Vandanam Bhadra Asta Bhavato Bosnana Tubhyam Namo. He's saying, please forgive me. I forget about my prayers during the Sandhyas, like 3 times prayers, the ritual baths and everything else, because I'm fully focused on the lotus feet of the Krishna. And this is, by the way, one of the shlokas that Śrīla Gurudeva printed out and was really meditating upon and remembering during his final pastimes. And then we hear from Srila Narottam Das Thakur and Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. Say Vrata, say Tapa, say Mora Mantra Japa. So he forgot. He said, I forgot my mantra. I forgot my Gayatri. I forgot everything, even taking bath, because I was so focused on the service to my Guru, Guru Maharaj, service to Gurudev. Really, this is our japa, this is our vrata, this is our everything. And I really wish I can only aspire to that kind of mood that devotee is expressing here, like giving everything to them. They're the focus of our life. And like Maharaj said, even though externally we can measure it by some years, by some period of time, Gurudev is revealing his pastimes with Srila Guru Maharaj. Also, Guru Maharaj is showing some external pastimes. But really, who are they? They're eternal associates, and they are parshads of Mahaprabhu. Just think about it. They're just revealing these little tiny pastimes for us to see, just being very merciful to us. But they are forever together. In which way? We do not know, but we hope, again, Praptoyasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi. By the grace of the Guru, we will have that vision one day. And for now, we already have that aspiration, and how wonderful we are to have that kind of aspiration in our life. That's the only thing I can say, Maharaj. That's something that came during me listening to all the Vaishnavas today, revealing their hearts.
Jai. Appreciating every devotee and slapping ourselves on the cheeks to try to wake up to the association that we've been allowed, that we are allowed to be in. Let us all make our lives successful. This is back to basics. We've been flying in the sky. Simply, oh, well, by what? What's the basis of our devotion life? Sadhu Sangha. So we've been flying in the sky a little bit with Sadhu Sangha today. So appreciating all of you being with us, and Govinda and Nandini from LA also very happy that you're able to come and share our family get-togethers here. I need to go because devotees need to go. Or you can come to this side, can come and see this side. Kamala Sundari is going back to Kharkov today. Some of you know her. And here translating for her, Nirupama Devi. Okay, no problem. Nirupama Devi.
Is that Harimati? Oh,
yes,
Harimati is
Harimati.
leaving too.
No, she's translating. And
it was a real nice trip. But I was.
Yes, Prabhu, Bhagavan Prabhu. Oh, we lost you. Anyhow, they're going back. So I'm letting you see them so you can give your good wishes. Harimati will be going back after maybe 3 days, but today Kamala Sundari is going So please give your good wishes to her. She's living in the temple in Kharkov. She's a temple Basi. So she doesn't know or knows chut English, but still by your heart you can give some good wishes. All right, dear devotees, Jai Śrīla Guru Mahārāj, Śrīla Bhakti Rakkhak, Śrī Radeva Goswami Mahārāj, Śrī Vyasa Puja, Abhibharvi Titi ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Guru Mahārāj ki Jai, and Jai Śrīla Gurudeva, Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Mahārāj ki Jai, and Jai Śrī Rupanuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai, Jai Śrī Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Śrī Sankirtan ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai, one by one. And on Facebook and on Zoom, and those who will see us later on, to all of you, our obeisances and appreciation for being here. We're happy to be able to share beautiful things in the association of beautiful devotees.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari.
Gaura.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripas Aditanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. We see you all very soon. Have special days. Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bol.